Alright, and hello everyone. My name is Professor Phil, and this is Xbox America's Open Tuesdays series. And we are here at Silverstone. I think it is going to be dry. Oh, no. See once the drivers get in what the race conditions will be like. It's at least a dry looking quali. And it's going to be dry all the way. Assist first out on track. If at some point anyone in the chat just let me know how the audio sounds, if I'm sounding alright, if the game's loud enough. So the driver standings right now, we have Shady in the Haas, who is currently leading with 81 points, and then right behind we have Freelance Tom with 61 points. So it's already a 20-point gap in between the first two. Inca, PR, is in third place with 49 points, and then just 2 points behind him and the other Williams is Carito. So let's check back with him. They're about to start their first qualifying lap. Turn 1 nice and flat. Into the first real braking zone of the track. A little wide there, misses the curve on the exit, and it doesn't run all the way wide. Just looking the curve on the inside there nicely. And running a little wide to the square off this corner to get a better exit. While trying to cut the track as much as possible there. Valuable tenths in doing that. As Carito is retired. Oh, sorry. I'm surprised. I forgot he had a quali ban. But anyway, through Maggots and Beckett's DRS Open. And coming into Stowe. Not running too wide on the curves there. Making sure not to get on the yellow sausage or orange sausage curve, and set to 28.4 on the soft tires, so not too bad of a time, but definitely more to be had. Let's get the too much of it. So it looks like Sublime is about to finish their lap. Flyer Page sets a 1:29.0, so 6 tenths behind Harm Assist. Sublime goes third, just behind Mr. Naz, who goes a tenth faster. 1:28.7 and 1:28.8. As Fox goes fifth, and Freelance Tom goes fastest with a 28.3. And Dirth DeSaucy goes third with a 28.4, and Dirth Diesel goes 28.6, right behind the two brothers, if I remember, or cousins. And Sharky just having a quick detour and lighten up those tires through the barrier. Does well not to kill himself or the car, so he's able to possibly go around another time. Interesting that Shady sucks is said by Shady in the chat. So this is Saucy going for a second lap here. Probably felt like he could improve on his time, and does so by 3 tenths. 28.1. Stay on board here with Sharky for a moment. So I think he's about to start a flying lap. Nope. Sergeant goes 6th fastest with a 1:28.6. And Sparty is about to start another flying lap after his first spin into turn 1. Let's see how he does. Taking as much of the curve as possible, going through turn 1. Hopefully one of the Dirth brothers doesn't get in the way. As well to just graze the outside of the curve there. Locks up a little bit going into that turn, but gets it all settled. Runs fairly wide through that corner here, and then a little wide again through Luffield, I believe. And does downshift to 7th through Cops. Not really utilizing too much of the curves through Meggetts and Beckett's. And then having to lift quite a lot actually through the last part of those 3 corners there. And understeers quite a lot, also going through Stowe, missing the apex. Goes 8th fastest with a 1:28.7, and there's, I mean, even if he just finds 2 or 3 tenths, that'll more likely put him up to the 7th row, as we see Porsche definitely put the gap between himself and the rest of the field with the 27.3. And Shady right now is at a purple sector 1. Oh, but he spins out and he drops it. He might need good luck. Heard he didn't do so well in the first race on Sunday. Anyway. That's not true, he won on Sunday. So he should do the best. But maybe that spin is a sign of potential things to come, as he just decides to turn the Haas into a lawnmower for a little while, as he does his best to let other cars go through. A very courteous gentleman in the Haas. Some other people are trying to get out of the way. I think Porsche's entirely out of fuel. So we're nearing around the 7.5 minute mark for time left. Mr. Naz starting a lap now on the softs. Locking up just a little bit into the left-hander, but that one's pretty hard not to. DRS open. There's some traffic in front of him. I think that was Tom, who does well to get out of the way. Takes a good exit out of left field. Oh, runs wide but gets away with it. Holding the car, oh, and gets away with that too. Thanks, Codemasters. So Mr. Naz held it in 8th for actually a surprisingly long time through Cops and Maggots and Beckett's, and I think consequently gets a nice tow from one of Sharky, Aston Martin. Let's see, but does not improve on his time. Is still a second and a half down. Sargent 4/10 up on his time. So tentatively that would put him. Wow, I just realized how close this was. 28-0, 28-0, 28-0. Dorothy Diesel to 27-9, 27-9. See how Honeybee is doing. It's 4/10 down. As Mr. Naz gets out of the way. So Honey looking to go on for another lap. Porsche still at the top with a 27.3. And Shitty behind around 6/10 with a 27.9. And then just 2/100ths behind that is Jethy Diesel, who I assume crashed out or something. I can't remember. I don't remember seeing anything that happened. Let's see if Shady's gonna spin this time. Wasn't there. Keeps it flat and eighth through cops, like he said. And navigates Maggots and Beckett's quite nicely. And let's see. And he's going to go fastest with a 26.9. Denies Porsche of pole position by 4/10 so far. As this, I can't. It looks like Porsche's already out of fuel again. Alright, as we see people coming around for their last run at qualifying here. Let me see if I can figure out, looks like an Alfa Romeo. Henny V is going to be one of the first to start, so we'll keep an eye on him since he's more or less got the most to gain right now. Once we have someone off over in Maggots and Beckett's, and hopefully doesn't cause a lot of traffic. So Honeybee just 0.5 up. Gonna need to gain more than that. Oh, it gets a little too overzealous on the throttle on the exit and actually loses more time having to overcorrect. Gonna need to gain at least 0.6 just to be 16th place. Through the end of sector 2, car kind of getting away from there, and he's already up by more than half a second. The name's Fox is also up by more than half a second. Same with Harm Assist. Sharky is down half a second, so this could potentially put him near the second row. And that's where he goes. Third place for Sharky. Just beating out Inca by 0.04. Tom, 1/10.5 down. Which will put him provisionally actually right near Inca. Or perhaps even Sharky. We'll see how much more he can gain in these last couple corners though. As well to navigate the Vale chicane. Oh, it takes a lot of curve, and he chooses to abandon his lap actually. And Sublime is actually going to pass him and get a 27.9. So maybe Tom just didn't want to start on those particular set of softs. I'm not sure. But he hit the curb quite hard. Might be kicking himself for that. So that is the order of qualifying. Shady once again gets pole position here at Silverstone, with Porsche lining up next to him, and Sharky and Inca in the second row. And after that we have Alonso at Sublime, and then Tito, Freelance, and Dorothy Diesel make up the top 10. Alright, and get going here on the formation lap. Got Shady leading us off. Definitely have a few people on the medium tire. Hopefully we don't see too many safety cars and all the drivers can race as clean as possible. Yeah, and try not to send it from too far back or do anything too crazy, or anything of that nature. You know, just making sure that the whole race you're really safe, and you know, you don't touch anyone else's car, and that you're just really safe about it. Alright. As Shady is going to be pulling up to the grid soon. Alright, and all the drivers get settled onto the grid. We are about to go lights out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're off racing here in Silverstone. And Shady gets a pretty good launch off the back. As Porsche and Alonso are going side by side. Let me get this out here actually. And they're still going side by side. Down now into the first series of corners, so we have the Harmesis who goes, and they make contact, and Porsche sent around, and that's going to cause a huge accident between multiple people. So now that's Porsche around, who has crashed also into Freelance Tom, who also has damage. And now Dirty Diesel has just made contact with Harm Assist. So if he wasn't already spun around, he spun around again. Top order seems to have made it out fairly cleanly. It looks like Fox is going to have a go at Sargent here in the Ferrari. And he does get the move done before the corner. And Carito, who started in last place, is already up into 11th. Oh! And Mr. Naz is going to have a fight back there. As we see several drivers head into the pits now after some bits of contact there at the start. Alonso trying to close in on Inca, who is on the medium tire. Sharky trying to do his best to keep up with Shady. But already on the second lap, Shady's pulled away over a second. Sargent and Fox still kind of locked in their own battle. Looks like people are kind of going into groups of two. As Shady sits the fastest lap with 30.2 right now. Sparty and Freelance Tom have elected to go onto the hard tires to potentially stay out for the rest of the race, you know, potentially, if there's no safety car. And Porsche and Henny have chosen to go into new mediums and softs. Oh, as it looks like Armistice gets past Toger there. And Uzumaki already coming up on this battle between Fox and Sargent. Thinks better to try to keep his car in there through Maggots and Beckett's. Gets the DRS on Fox, but he's already got it on Sargent. Is using his battery's almost already done. Fox can't really make the move stick on Sargent, and they're gonna go side by side, and they do touch. Sargent gonna send it deep. Carito almost goes into the back of Fox. These two can't just decide which one's gonna go in front of the other, and Carito's kind of left behind all of it, not really able to get through any of it. See through turn one now. This Fox does run wide, but think Greedo was entitled to that part of the corner. Sargent goes wide on both corners there, and that's going to give Greedo a good run, especially with the DRS on him. That's going to put him up into 8th place. And Fox now is trying to have a go back at Mr. Naz. But let's see, I wonder if Sargent can attack back, because Greedo has, very low battery. And Sargent has nearly full battery. He needs to use it. Come on, use your battery. Maybe he's just more than comfortable sticking behind, but he should be trying to cause more problems for Greedo. As Valerie Page gets past Toga there, he's probably using the DRS. But Toga runs just a little wide, and then that'll allow Flower to get past. Or can pull ahead. Oh, something has happened to Sargent. I guess, I don't know if there was contact, but it's very possible just lost it through that first series of corners. Does well to not make contact with any other drivers as he rejoins. And Henny B gets the first penalty of the race. And Saucy is closing in on Sublime. Let's see, he's got plenty of battery left, but so does Sublime. I don't think Sub is going to necessarily fight this one too hard. Just rather get on with it and probably save some battery himself, or just overtake in the next DRS. Tito's still trying to close in on Alonso. Alonso having to use a lot more battery, so maybe Tito's just conserving using the DRS himself. And Inca is definitely closed up to Sharky, and Shady has just decided to check out. It's more than 3 seconds ahead and just pulling him more, it seems, every corner. Sharky definitely running low on battery now. Inca, not totally full, but not empty either. Whoa! As Tito gets a 3-second penalty for going off the track a little bit. He almost paid for way more than 3 seconds. Now with the DRS already turns off the battery. Is he gonna make the move close enough? No. But he's fine with that. It's only lap 6. Got 20 laps left. It's better to just take the DRS while it's right in front of you. Save the battery for later. Sharky is below 10%. Just get a quick look at the tire stuffs there. Porsche, unfortunately, coming at the biggest loser so far, dropping 15 places. And Corrido being the biggest gain with 11. Subroad's a little wide there, that might be a warning. Tito right up behind Alonso's gearbox. Now let's see with DRS and the battery. Alonso's still using his. Sharky's pretty low on battery, but Aka does not have much more, so it could be fairly soon until we see one past the other. Well, also, I think Sharky's tires are starting to go off. Mediums are probably coming more into play now as well. And actually, just as I say that, Harmus has passed. The name is Fox. I think that might have been a outside the track just there for a little bit for Garrido. Oh, his Tito has gone into the wall, just on the outside of Maggots and Beckett's. Not entirely sure how that happened, but we're running up in I think around 4th place or so. That's very disheartening. Shady still checked that out front. And Sharky is right behind Inca now. They're both super low on battery, but let's see. Oh, you need to go around the outside. And he manages to make that stick. That is isn't that the same move David Coulthard did in the McLaren? Ooh, as Inca gets very close. Well, that was a great move by Sharky. It was right out of real F1. So now lap 10. This is it is around this time that the people on the softs are going to want to be getting off these tires. Sorry about that. Sublime is the first one into the pits. And Fox is going to go into the pits as well. As Rita gets past Saucy. And that is the moment that Inca takes the place back, going up the inside of Stowe there. And still, Sharky chooses not to pit, actually. As Alonso goes in. Mr. Ness stays out, along with Harm Assist. Dorothy Diesel goes in. Oh, and Sargent and Toger make some slight contact there as I just catch that. And thankfully Sargent doesn't get spun around. That was definitely a very close call there. Kinda wish I caught it right before there. He's definitely upset. He's not turning off his battery. He wants to get past Toger now. And he's going to aggressively send it at the inside. But having the inside line, Toger keeps the position. Sargent is not only burning through his tires and his battery, finally decides to turn it off. Toger has nothing left. Thought about going for another send. Is he going to go up the inside here? It's possible, but only if you have the room. Going down to Cops. Toger stays to the inside. And lets him go. And he's gonna go through, and they make contact! And he does well. He does very well to keep it out of the wall. Well held. But, yeah, that seemed to just kind of be inevitable at a certain point. That's gonna give the opportunity for Sublime on fresh tires to get past pretty easily. As Mr. Naz, Sharky, and Shady are all still out on those tires. Saucy gaining on Corrido. It's Sharky and Shady both pit now off those soft tires. They've had enough. But Corrido and Saucy and Inca are all going to stay out on the mediums. Presumably for another 2 or 3 laps. It looks like Harmacist is going to put himself in front of Shady as well. Saucy really should be trying to just more so save battery than use it. Burrito's able to save, he's nearly at 40% and he's still staying in front. Let's see if anything's going to come out of this group here. There's Inca Pits now. Well, it seems like maybe Henny has left. And Shady now is right on the back of the tail of Harmacist. And Harmacist actually more or less lets him go. Realizes that that's not his, Shady's not his race. So now Saucy pits. Burrito's still choosing to stay out. But at this point he's still going to drop back fairly far behind, having to do his mandatory pit stop. Shady sets a new fastest lap of the race with a 1:29.0. As Henny B gets another 3-second time penalty. And Credo now goes into the pits. But Shady's going to be well and truly past him by the time he gets out. Inca's gonna get passed. And so it's Sharky. Little Alonso. He will. Saucy actually won't be too far behind on essentially the same lap old soft tires. So, starting from last, and now after pitting a Neocon 5th on brand new soft tires, let's see how far up Carito can go. I think for the sake of Shady, Alonso is going to put up a fierce battle to help his teammate. Porsche sets a new fastest lap of the race with the 128.6. As we see, a couple drivers almost simultaneously get penalties all at once. I'm not sure what that was about, if anything. I'm trying to keep an eye on all the gaps here. Let's see. Alonso's nearly out of battery, and Carito has the DRS and the ERS. We will get past Alonso there. The two McLarens sitting fairly decently, especially after Tom had his incident on lap 1. I think he just ended up being collateral damage in whatever the incident actually was, I'm not sure. But to pit basically from there and to go almost this whole time on hard tires is pretty good, and to end up in 8th so far. Sparty, unfortunately, not being so lucky, being still back in 14th. Luck definitely hasn't been on his side, as it looks like we have a yellow flag in Sector 1. I'm not sure what happened exactly. Sparty does a very nice move up the inside at Stowe. Fox does think about trying to recover the position back, but thinks smarter of it. As it seems like there's just plenty of gaps kind of forming throughout the field. Tires are kind of coming to their end, and people are pretty much more or less out of battery. Is this battle still going on between Sparty and Fox? Touch and Sparty gets by there. It almost looked like Sparty was going to be... But, oh. It almost like he was going to let him have the position, but... guess not. Oh, as he goes potentially a little deep into that corner. Well, let's see now. Sparty is going to have the DRS. And he's not totally out of battery either. And with just 4 laps to go. It could be wise if you have the pace advantage to just sit behind, but on older, harder tires, that's not going to be the case. But Fox does have a at least a 3-second time penalty. Yep, 3 seconds. And actually, I'm just realizing Enka, Sharky, and Corrido all have 3 seconds each. Alonso is only 4.3 seconds away from Corrido. As Sparty now makes the move back on Fox. Slow down, Shady. Slow down. Do something. Oh, like that. Maybe you heard me. Spin. See if he spins now. I'm gonna feel really bad. Anyway, I'm gonna move off of him so nothing happens. Alonso gets past Saucy. Fox not really able to close the distance on Sparty. Let's see if Harmesis is going to be able to have a go at Mr. Naz. Gets really close to him coming up to the DRS zone. DRS open, using what battery he's got left. Mr. Naz is going to go to the inside. The battery's not even on. Decides to not fight it. Oh, as Cernaz gets really close to Harm Assist and almost kind of just runs into him. Alonso's nearly out of battery. Oh, and picks up his first penalty right there on the penultimate lap. Alonso running very wide, but Saucy doing a good job not to run it into the side of him. Both coming down to Cop's corner. Saucy just trying to put himself in Alonso's mirrors. Alonso is under 10% of battery, and Saucy can see that, so he's just going to take his time, make sure he just gets a good of exit as he can through here. DRS open, and battery on. It's going to be an easy move past Alonso. Creator doing a really nice job in holding on to those softs as we're onto the last lap now. We'll see if he'll have one more go at Sharky here, who is on 4-lap older tires and on the harder compound. They both still have 3 seconds worth of penalties, so this is for the last podium place. And like I said, I hope it goes safely, like I said on the formation lap. Because Alonso's also right behind up Saucy as well, so let's keep an eye on a couple things. Let's see, they're both out of battery at this point. Obviously, Carito's going to have the DRS. So Mr. Nas gets past the Harm Assist, I think up through the inside of left field. Carito now going up the inside. I think they make a little bit of contact. Shady crosses the line and Sharky sends it on Carito. But Carito will take that third place and Sharky will come in fourth. Inca doing well to secure a second place, so the Williams team getting a double podium. Saucy coming in front of Sublime, with Alonso finishing behind there. Freelance Tom just crossing the line there now. Mr. Naz and Harm Assist round out the top 10. Actually, just happened. I think Dirty Diesel jumped up a couple places because of the penalties. And that is the conclusion of this race. That was yeah, that was definitely action-packed in more ways than one. Well, congrats again to Shady, Inca, and Corrido for getting themselves a podium spot. Hopefully any disputes or anything can be solved in the steward's room. And yeah, let me just get a quick look through. Race director. Just a few warnings or incidents. Alright, and with all that, my name is Professor Phil. You can catch me racing on the Sunday Xbox America's open race. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and good night.